So back to these HHRs. I have a battery charger on it so I can miscellaneous start this car on and off just to make sure that nothing like that Toyota Camry ever happens again. We're going to strip out all the interior inside this one. I've kind of sold a couple parts off at brake lights, back windows, rear windshield wiper motor, that stupid stuff, but nothing too important has been sold yet, so I don't care anymore. We're going to strip out the interior, cut out the carpet, get all the seats out, and then this one will be ready, and I can kind of give a review on what I think this car is going to do once I get a good look at how the frame looks underneath it. I was able to get the front bumper off. And first impressions are the front bumper does not look very strong. The factory bumper here is ripped quite substantially, and it was in a small fender bender, enough to kink the hood, rip the plastics. Frame is still good, even the factory crush boxes are still good, so I'm not too upset about that. But the one thing I do have to say is, this is a thick, tall frame. Compared to a Cavalier, I bet you this frame has about 2 inches in height on a Cavalier. So let's get this bumper off, because it's garbage dust. Get the grill out, get the AC rad out, all this plastic, headlights, may leave the running boards, but I doubt it. Everything that can come off, we'll take off, and then I'll give a good review of it. So we got this thing stripped out. I highly recommend this car for beginners. And the reason for that is it basically limits half of the materials you gotta buy. Now the Cobalts run the exact same kind of setup as this, but a lot of interior, a lot of interior, a lot of interior. Like, look at the size of that pile. But the reason why I recommend these is because the power cable and the ground are already in the back of the car, and they're super easy to fish through the car and get up here. I have all the wiring moved from the stock fuel pump forward, so when I get rid of the stock fuel pump, I'll be able to even move it farther forward. There is no wiring other than fuel pump past the passenger seats in the back, so that's really good. Another thing I've noticed is it's got a huge, huge thick support bar that goes right from passenger side. Driver's seat sits on it all the way to the driver's side, so I'm keeping that. And then as well, where the rear seats go, it's got this another giant support piece that connects to the floor in some pretty big manner. So we're going to leave that in the car as well. And then in the back, we have these. I don't think those will do too much. But I'm quite impressed. Even the pillars, the rear pillars on this car are quite thick. So let's get this mess cleaned up, and I'll give you guys a quick run through of what I think of this thing. So hopefully I can get going on the build for this soon. I don't really know where it's going to go, what it's going to do, or anything. But all I know is it's now stripped, wiring's all moved, battery's already inside of it. So honestly, this car could save a lot of time for new derby drivers. But there is a disadvantage when it comes to bumper height against Mazdas apparently. But you know what, that's all in the future to be worked out. This HHR is now stripped and ready to be waiting, I guess. So some interesting finds. We found a lot of air fresheners inside the car, even a cotton candy one, about $7 and change. But what surprised me the most is all these factory reinforcements underneath this car. Like, that bar is going to do phenomenal. That's going to basically support from strut tower to strut tower like an extra piece of frame. And same as this. I might even make some down bars that come off of this or something. The post to post, I'll probably take that out and save it, because that looks like a heavy duty piece of steel that goes from passenger side all the way to driver's side. Maybe I'll be able to reuse that in future cars, who knows, but it's in there, looks strong, and I'm gonna fly with that. I'm just gonna leave that in there. Thanks for watching Zach's Workshop, and another car stripped and half ready for a demolition derby. So see you guys here tomorrow.